All right, we are back. It's been quite a while. It's been a couple of months since I have now returned. We've got a lot to discuss. A lot is going on. The prices have not changed drastically. However, the position and my expectations are still exactly where they were 3 months ago. If anything, they're even more bullish. To kick it off, Trump almost got assassinated. Bitcoin pumped. The Federal Reserve is talking about inflation being where they need to be to start dropping interest rates. It looks like they're going to start printing money, buying bonds, increasing money supply, turning back on the money printers, and taking the markets to the moon. I have not gone anywhere. I am still paying attention. I am still here. And I am back. I am back for another video to give you guys everything you need to know. Because the middle class no longer exists. We live off of a debt-driven economy where people's wages are being debased through extreme money printing and all the rest of this fancy stuff that the Bitcoin space has exposed. Because now that there's a solution, we have now identified the heart of the problem, that of which has been repeated through every single empire that has grown and fallen. Because of human nature and human relationships with money and the cycles we go through. So we're going to kick it off. We're going to be talking about bonds. Why do you need to know what a bond is? What is a bond? Why are bonds important? And why ultimately is it the worst possible investment that you can possibly make today? I'm shorting the out of it. So a bond, it's an IOU. It's issued by a government or a company. When you buy a bond, you're lending money to the issuer. In return, they promise to pay you an interest periodically. So you can buy a bond from the United States government, and they will guarantee a return on your investment at a given percent interest rate over the money being held for a certain period of time. Now, here is where the underlying issue is. The Federal Reserve, when they want to drug the economy, they need to refinance their interest payments because they brought interest rates down to zero in '08. What they do is they buy bonds, they put it on their balance sheets, increasing the value of the bonds. But the problem is they're printing money to buy said bonds. So they're increasing the money supply. So what this means is that a bond, say I'm a bondholder, I'm holding that bond for 10 years at a 5% interest rate. I am making a 5% year over year compounding return on my investment. Now the Federal Reserve buys bonds, but they buy bonds by increasing the money supply. My bonds are being debased at 10%. So after those 10 years, my 5% on a number scale looks good because the number went up. However, the purchasing power has actually gone down. So not only have I lent the United States government my money, they've debased the value of that money and its ability to purchase goods and services in our economy. It's a really big problem. It's a really big problem. And long story short, if you're investing in Bitcoin, you're pretty much shorting the bond market, I like to say. I mean, that's one thing you're doing. It's such a fucking perfect technology, and it's going to be revolutionary. However, all you need to know is that the bond market is going to shit. The United States government is printing money. They're increasing the money supply. They're debasing the purchasing power of your currency, and Bitcoin is the solution. A lot of things have changed. Even on this software, you could see things such as this. German government transferred a total of 1,300 Bitcoin to Bitstamp, which this is really cool. We can see, we have access to what governments are doing with the Bitcoin, which means that if governments have to operate within the Bitcoin network, which is, it's an unstoppable force at this point, we, the citizens, the people, will have access through this technology to see where the money is flowing, where our tax dollars are going, where people's time and energy is being invested. Because that's what money is. Money is stored time and energy. Jack Mallers, he talks about this a lot. Money is just stored time and energy. To put this into perspective, debt is borrowed time and energy. You are borrowing current time and energy that has to be paid back by future time and energy. And I'll give you an example. When you go to college, you take out a student loan. That loan, you're then obligated to pay back your future time and energy. So when you take out debt, you're sacrificing time and energy from the future. When you're paying something credit, you're using stored time and energy that you have invested to earn that money from the past. Debit is past time and energy. Credit or debt is borrowing future time and energy. So when you go to college, you take out student loans and then you invest in your experience and education, so then that when you do enter the workforce, your time and energy is more valuable, so then you can actually get a return on your investment. Now, that's a whole different conversation that we can talk about, where universities are way overvaluing their services for companies to hire from. Now that we have artificial intelligence and we have ability to train employees at scale through video for very cheaply, things are changing in the work hiring industry. Things are changing in the money industry. Everything is changing. We're experiencing technological revolutions at scale. And the biggest one is Bitcoin, and it is still here. So when we last were on this little channel of mine, we really started like 3 months ago. I was posting these little rant videos when it finally hit the all-time high, or actually past the all-time high. But we're still sitting there. I mean, we've just been consolidating. We're just hanging out, having a good time, not getting too worried, buying the dips. I bought Solana at like $120, 125. Bitcoin's been sitting around 60 to 70. Now, here's the other thing I want to be transparent about is most of my money's not in Bitcoin right now. Most of my money is in Solana, Ethereum, crypto gaming, and gaming infrastructure coins. I have about 5% of my portfolio in actual Bitcoin. The reason why is because it's not because I don't like Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. It's because the other ones go up more. Just because that's how market capitalization works, and that's how I want a larger multiplier. I want to take higher risk, and I want to make more money. So, and I know very well what I'm doing. So, over the time, I'm going to end up selling those and redistributing them into Bitcoin. Now, let's talk about what's going on. I mean, this is why I brought that up. Trump got shot yesterday. He got shot in the ear. And the reason why this is a big deal with Bitcoin is because he's speaking at the Bitcoin conference and he's actually completely pro-Bitcoin. And me personally, all I care about is Bitcoin. That's the only thing I give a about. I don't care about anything else, politics, any other issue. I don't care. Bitcoin solves all problems because it's the underlying issue that everyone is suffering from. It's the reason why people aren't getting married till their 30s. It's the reason why divorce rates are skyrocketing. It's the reason why the cost of living is so high. It's the reason why the middle class no longer exists. It's the reason why your wife hates you. It's the reason why your kids won't talk to you. It's the reason why everything is going wrong in so many people's lives, is because the money is broken, the system is broken, and there's a solution, and it's right in front of your eyes. And I'm here presenting it to you in a gold platter. So you're very welcome, guys. But the reason why I was bringing up political atmosphere thing is because what you're going to notice, because we have an election year coming up, is that Bitcoin is going to become a very, very common conversation when it comes down to politics. Because the other thing is that the politicians need money to fund their campaigns, and they also need votes. And in order to win those votes and get donors, they need to promote what the people want. And what the people want now is Bitcoin. The people in the tech space with money, they understand what's going on, and they want Bitcoin. So it's going to be part of the political atmosphere. And once it's part of politics, then the average citizen knows about it, and then over time they adopt it and buy into it. And what I can guarantee is everyone is going to own Bitcoin, and they're also going to buy Bitcoin at the price they deserve. I bought Bitcoin at 15 grand because I deserve to buy it. I did not deserve to buy it for $250. I deserved to buy it at 15 grand because I didn't buy it until it was worth 15 grand. Now, you're probably going to deserve to buy it when it's $1,500,000. The average citizen probably won't buy it until it's $3 million. So everyone's going to deserve to get Bitcoin at the price of which that they buy it. And this is Michael Saylor says that. That's where I got that from. I'm just rambling today. It's been a little while since I've been on the YouTube channel. I thought I'd at least just let you guys know I'm still here. I'm still in the game. We haven't gone anywhere, and our heads are still high, and nothing's changed. We've just been hanging out, and I'm kind of just waiting for this breakout to happen. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to pass the all-time high, start skyrocketing to the moon, and then I could really just get amped up and start ranting online again. I can't wait for it. But yeah, it's going to be a really exciting year, and we got a lot to do. Let's go. Woo!